Hello, everybody, and welcome to my first in-studio podcast with Miss Usha Basnet. So happy to have you here today, Usha. You have such a beautiful energy, and I'm already feeling so zen and excited just to let this conversation expand. Today, we're just going to dive a little deeper into her story, and she's going to be sharing with us some practical just tools that we can use to kind of ground. And I think this conversation is relevant for all of us right now. We're all experiencing the chaos that's going on in the world. We're overstimulated, we're anxious, and I think that these type of modalities are very simple effects that we can really center ourselves, connect with our bodies, and take more control of ourselves. And so I hope you enjoy this conversation. Usha and I know each other through the world of energy work, and we're going to be talking a little bit about her story. She's originally from Nepal, but has been living in Salzburg now for a long time, as I have. And we're going to hear her story through her grandmother's wisdom in Nepal to different energy modalities such as Reiki, sound healing, and then also something new that she's working with, which is somatic experience, kind of as a somatic experience practitioner. That's why I'm happy that you're here, so we could just let it expand, Usha. Welcome.
Thank you very much for your invitation, and I'm really excited to be here and do this podcast with you. Also, my first podcast. And yes, I'm obviously a bit nervous, but
That's good.
it's okay. Everyone had their first phases in life, and we are doing it really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and yes, I live here in Austria since 2014 now, and I come from Nepal.
So we're going to start off welcoming the grandmother here, the spirit of your grandmother, because we've been trying to edit this, and I think we want to share her story, what it was to grow up with a healer in Nepal. Because as in the world, we see a lot of us are waking up to these gifts, to this knowing. And Usha was raised and also lived with a grandma that worked with this energy without really labeling it.
Yeah.
So what was it? How was it for you? And let's start there.
Yes, she was an amazing woman, and she was a village healer. Every time somebody would get sick or any kind of sickness like allergies, fever, like headache, or before they take any kind of medicine, or they go to hospitals, some kind of wound, or
Wow.
they would first come to her.
Okay.
And then ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
And her tools were like there were several mantras. She would work with that, or she even worked with the Nagas energy. That's like snake and Kundalini energy.
Oh.
The snake energy. And then as a child, like 5-6-year-old small girl, I would always like, how do you do that?
Right.
How does this work? And then I was always curious about how this worked. And then she would, her answer would be always like, the time will come. You just need to be patient. The time will come. And then yeah, and I grew up, and then I think I was around 21-year-old when she died. And she was, her wish was like, last wish was that whatever she has been doing in her life, healing people, helping people, that this goes further, that this cycle should not stop. And even after she died, she through channeling, through the shaman, she has been telling like, do it.
Wow. So you've been receiving this message.
You should do it. And then that was like, in many ways, in many different ways, a message for me through a dream, through a channeling, through the shaman. And for me, in some point, like at the beginning, it would like, okay, this is like too much. I'm not ready. But slowly, by time, I kind of like in a unconscious way, I had been doing all these things, but in a different way, through the singing bowl, through somatic experiencing work, and yes, and I really feel it, that she is there and guiding me, and obviously my ways are different than her, but the motive is the same.
The motive is the same, and it's also this energetic kind of healing modality, right? I mean, I think I talk so much about that on this podcast, is to normalize this other sense that we can activate it. And so you started to receive messages, they come through. So being aware and awake to like a conscious to accept and receive. And then for you, I think it was also visually, right? I mean, you started to see images, or how was like the activation for you with this kind of healing? Like
it's for me like when I am working with a client or some, for example, when I do the singing bowl work, it comes to me as information. It's not as image, but just information. And then I always ask my higher self if this is true through the pendulum work, like when you are standing, and then everyone can do that, not only me, not only you, everyone. If you like unsure about something, you are standing, and then if you just ask the questions like yes or no, simple questions, okay? Then if first of all ask what is yes for me. Mostly it's like you go further, like you pendle to the farther front of you. If it is no, then the energy push you back. And then when I get through the session, I kind of get the information. Then I ask, is this true, what I am getting the information during the session? And then it always like yes. Okay, is it possible to help the person or guide the person through this information, or whatever the information I get through the singing bowl work or through my light work? And it's always yes or no, or leave it information. So that's how I have been working the last times.
And I love that too, because we're talking about the energy centers, I think too, right? Like bringing more life force energy to flow.
Yes.
Like the blocks can be, I mean, this is how I would describe it. How would you describe it? Like trauma or any sort of situation that is not processed forms blocks in the centers. Through this energy work, we can identify with help of spirit, self, or universe guidance, right? To identify where there is either something like I see visually, anyway, we push it through. So through sound healing, obviously, this is a frequency, which maybe you explain also with your knowledge with the singing bowls, because now it's beautiful that so many of us are using these tools, but it brings more schwingung, more flow into these centers, right? And so you get the confirmation the block lies in the root chakra or in the heart chakra, whichever chakra. And so you focus on that energy to bring more flow, right? And what are some of the like from your clients, for example, the results that they feel light, or like what are some of the benefits of this simple process, or this process that we work with, another modality to feel better, I think, bring more harmony.
Yes.
Right?
With the singing bowl work, it's more like when you are in the stressful moment, or your nervous system cannot calm down, and then or you cannot sleep, or you have too much thinking, then singing bowl does the sound, the frequency, and the vibration. It brings you to the alpha modus, and or we can say in a scientific way, in a parasympathicus modus. And when the parasympathicus modus activates, then the heart rate gets slower, the breathe gets deeper and slower, your body can relax, and then your digestion system start working, so that you are in the relaxation modus,
regulated. You're a regulated
you're
state.
regulated,
Right.
The vagus nerves start working, and then that's how the singing bowl helps to calm, and then even people get they sleep during the session, and which is very normal.
Yeah.
And that's the work actually.
Yeah.
The singing bowl does, and in this, first of all, I try to calm the person, and because the sound calms you down, and then you listen to the sound, and you even focus on your body, what's happening, and that's already, then you go in the modus of here and now, and you give time to your body to feel, to enjoy the sound, and then you fall into the state of relaxation, and then for me it's easier also to focus if there is any kind of like blockages on the chakras, and to focus, and then to release the block,
the stagnant block,
the blockages, right. And then let the energy flow from root till the crown chakra, from crown chakra till the root. And during the session, I just don't play the singing bowls. I also try to connect my higher self with the universal light, and then try to bring the light through me to every chakras. The back and forth from root to the chakra, crown chakra, and from crown chakra to the root. So go scan through each and every chakras and cleanse whatever is not doesn't I always always start in the beginning, whatever is not belonging to this body should leave, and make space for the light energy, for the life force, and that's what is happening in the session of the singing bowl and energy work.
It's beautiful. I love that too, because it's integrating not just the frequency of the bowl, but also the light energy, and activating that.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And did you want to play something today, or do you want to?
Yes, we can play the singing bowl and focus on here and now, and just breathe in and out. Surely we can do that.
Okay. So for today, then we're going to step into this moment. Just to ground ourselves. That's beautiful. And we'll see how this kind of flows for the podcast. So close your eyes, right?
Yes, you just close your eyes and just be here and now, in the now moment. And yes, feel the connection to the floor, through your feet, and then your through your hips, the connection to the couch. Yeah. Breathe in and out. We bring our focus to the sound. light like the sun, the energy of sun and fire. Then we move up to the heart area. Green light. Focus to the green light, the heart. Then we move to the takeoff, to your neck areas. Yeah. And focus the deep blue. Then slowly we move to our third eye. The color indigo blue. You can imagine that the third eye activating with the color blue. Then we move to the crown chakra with the light violet and purple color, or even a lotus opening from your crown chakra. Then we move to our higher dimension, to our higher self, and connecting to the universal light. And from the universe, we connect to the universal light and bring the light back to each and every chakra, from crown to the third eye, to the takeoff, to the heart chakra, to the solar plexus, to the sacral, and to the root, and ground to the Mother Earth.
That really is such a beautiful alignment. Mm, thank you. That's
Welcome.
beautiful. Is the intention and the connection and the, I think, awareness to be in this moment. So it's a beautiful way to start a conversation, actually.
Yeah. And you can even do that yourself, either if you have a singing bowl or you don't have one. You can just like focus in each and every chakra and activate the light, the color, and you will feel it if you have any kind of blockages, like, okay, here in this area of my body it's harder to move, I cannot focus. Then that's the moment where you feel like, okay, there is a blockage. But you can always go out of the box and imagine like you are moving. Don't be focused on that moment, like, okay, I cannot concentrate. Give your best, try your best to go out of the box and try that you imagine, okay, even though it's there, I can be with that and move forward and travel to each and every chakra and to your higher self and to the universal light and bring the universal light through each and every chakras, and then through the root to the Mother Earth. And here you are in the middle, really connecting to the Mother Earth and to the Father Heaven, the universe. And here you are. Then bring the energy from the Mother Earth and from the universe to your heart center, and expand the light inside you. Let it spread around you, and let it cleanse everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think these are practices that we can integrate into our daily routines through even like 5-minute grounding. And it really is just so miraculous how simple and efficient it is, right? And we forget that we're kind of so scattered everywhere. And so I think this is a beautiful just reminder to a lot of us that know this, right? But we tend to just push it aside, right? And I think that this conversation is also like remembering our own inner power, our authority to ground ourselves, to be centered when things are all over the place, to remember that we can call it back to ourselves. Yeah.
Because we all have that healing power, life force inside us. And there are so many incidents happening in our life, or traumas or stress, whatever we call. Through this kind of incident, our energy get blocked, but we also have this ability to activate on our own, and just realizing, okay, I'm here now and in this moment, and now I take time for myself. I forget everything, whatever is happening around. Now I breathe, go into my heart center, and take time for myself. Listen what's happening, seeing, smelling, and feeling the connection, everything. If you can do that like 2 minutes a day, or even 90 seconds, it's, I would say, the note file we have like note file globally,
The emergency
or the emergency tool. Like, doesn't matter what's happening in the stressful situation, someone making you angry, or you are triggered, triggered, and it's just like, stop. This is now okay, enough. So be here, and breathe in and out, and be in your center.
Absolutely. Oh, I feel it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah. And I think that's our objective. Our objective is to have these conversations and potentially have them more often, where we just is like friendly reminders of our power, inner power, and little tips that we can offer to just be like, all right, do it. Just give yourself the time, give yourself the moment. And we would love to also kind of just hear how people feel the feedback from this conversation, and what other tools we'll be bringing in here, because I think that the sound healing is just so relevant now. And we'll be talking then about the somatic experience tools in the next session, grounding techniques that we can tap into. But at the end of the day, this is a conversation about energy, about spreading light, about sharing our stories, about first times, right? About co-creating and being here for each other, supporting and giving us all a voice. I think that's really the mission behind this project. And I'm so happy that you had your first time with me.
Yes. And
I took it.
Yes, exactly. This is my first time. That's my into the, let's say, being social and coming out and telling what I'm doing. I have been holding myself so long, and you asked me several times, hey, come on, let's do it. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And now this is really the time, exactly, like I feel like, okay, I will do it, and I want to go and tell or share what I have been doing. And as my grandmother always said, the time will come.
Oh,
and it's today the perfect time, and it feels good. And as I said, I am I'm in a beginning phase of even of somatic experiencing. I'm a practitioner, and nobody is perfect. And I'm learning every day by doing. And maybe there might be something that I don't tell in a correct way or correct form. But we are humans, and everyone makes mistake, and that's how we learn.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. And I think really like we need us all to use our voice. I think we see that the world is changing, and we see that the consciousness is changing, that we're open more to these new professions, these new modalities, this new inner healing. And we're all sharing our voice. So if you're out there and you also want to share your voice, definitely contact us, contact me. But let us just keep promoting and putting that love and light energy into the world, and remembering like our spiritual gifts, remembering how magical we are, and remembering that it's not about the materialistic world only. It is also about this. And I think we did a good job today, girl.
Yes.
Awesome, right? Is there anything else you want to say?
Yes, I want to say that I am in the social media and Instagram as a Kumari Healing. And I'm soon going also in a school community and offering some course about somatic experiencing tools, and also with the singing bowls. So if you are interested, then do look in the school community, and yes, Instagram.
This is so cool, the school. I'm going to put all the links for there so you guys can click on the links, and definitely follow Kumada. I was going to say, definitely follow you as we're going to watch the expansion.
Yeah, it's still under construction. My school.
Oh, the school's coming.
But it's future.
Exactly. Today you put it out there in the field.
Yes, I do. But yes, please feel free to follow me, and also I'm sharing every week like new tips, like how to regulate your nervous system and how to cope with a situation, stressful situations. So yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you, sweetie. This was good, and we'll definitely be doing another one then with talking about the somatic experience. But it's always a first time, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. We hope that you have some resonance with this, and if it is something that tickles your heart, please make sure to pass along. And yeah, we look forward to connecting again. Lots of love.
Namaste.
Geschafft.
Geschafft. Haben wir gesagt? Wirklich?
Ja, haben wir geschafft. Ich glaube schon.
Das Ende.